cousins. Everybody got that one cousin who they go to talk about everything. That's me. I'm your host, Tasha Basha, and this is my podcast, my cousin's house podcast. We talk about everything, the do's, the don'ts, taboos, secrets, everything people talk about privately, we talk about it here publicly on my cousin's house podcast. Enjoy. Duh. Welcome to episode 2, Dating 101, and is proper dating played out? Let's talk about it. The rules, have they changed with dating nowadays in this crazy, crazy world of social media? You so easily on Instagram, and it's almost like they're not even taking the dating process serious, as if a couple of text messages or texting exchanges on DMs and inboxes is enough. I want to see you now. And it's like everything is so fast paced, even dating is too, to the point where you would think that with so many options, you know, for dating, to make dating easier, all these different apps and social media, that a person should not be single. But it's not the availability and the easeability that make dating easy or hard. Nowadays, I feel as if, and this is my opinion, not that it's easy to, you know, meet somebody, but it's actually hard to have even I'm not gonna say long-lasting connection, but it's like it's hard to have a genuine connection, like from like off rip, to actually get to know somebody. People nowadays are full of shit. They want to tell lies. They want to live a facade. They want to have this image of something or someone that they're not, you know. So how do you get past all the bullshit and actually go on a proper date? That's different for everybody, but I would say that expectations is a word that people say that they don't want to have when they're dating. But I feel like you can have some things that you expect out of somebody who you want to date or plan to date. And if you start from there and deal with reality and not the person's potential when dating, like, okay, I could potentially date him or her, but why? Why is it potential? Because whatever you see in a person, you know off rip, you know what I'm saying, if they just gonna be a fuck buddy, or somebody you want to get serious with, somebody worthy of a real date, somebody who just want to meet up at your house, like all this stuff matter. But dating one-on-one, it's like, it's almost hard to know where to start because times have changed. At a point in time, you know, maybe even still, like I said, 10 to 15 years ago, men knew that they still had to work for a date, persuade a woman to even go out with him. But now, like I said, it seems like it's much more easier to get a date, but the date probably won't really go nowhere because people have such a short attention span for pleasure. And a lot of people feel like there are so many options available. So it could be one little small little flaw, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I didn't like the way that she sipped her water at dinner. I'm done. I'm blocking her. I'm ghosting her. Like, everybody want to be perfect. Everybody want to be perfect in dating, and it's like you're never going to find the perfect date or the perfect person. But to even initiate and get there, it's important to at least get a good feel of where you're gonna go on a date, right? Because I don't really see or get why somebody first date would be at somebody's house, because for a lot of reasons, safety, safety especially though, and even just like being comfortable. I mean, for the person house you going to, they can be comfortable with the date, but whoever it is going to that person's house might not feel comfortable. So I think the first date should be at a neutral, agreeable outing somewhere, like a restaurant, just somewhere comfortable based on your personality and the other person's personality. It could be fast style restaurant, it could be a regular restaurant, it could be arcade, it could be paintball, it could be rock climbing, it could be outdoor picnic, it could be a walk downtown, your downtown area, to grab a random bite to eat at any restaurant that you see and y'all agree on. But to actually spend energy and time to get dressed and get ready and make an impression is important, right? Because even though first impressions are everything and a person can put on a facade, but at least try to make a first impression. It would seem that a person should not be single or not have a hard time finding dates. I don't know if it's from the man's point of view or it's the man's fault or the woman's fault why, dating. But actually, let me take it from both sides then. A man can feel like he have a hard time finding a date. And I'm just saying, like, from conversations, and I can see why too. Because a lot of women these days are having extremely high expectations with dating. Like, you never been to a 5-star restaurant or had a dinner bill that even came close to costing $300 or $500. So for a woman to expect that kind of date, there's nothing wrong with that. But to be realistic for a first date, within, I guess you could say, your norm, or just be realistic about the expectations of a date, and not try not to have too much high standards. But don't lower your standards either, though. Don't lower your standards, but picking the right location. And I don't know. It seems like it might be hard for men, but at the same time, I can say that men show off and are very flashy, like to show their money. Even if the guy is not as flashy, outwardly flashy, you still can see it in their confidence and the way they purposely project their clothes or their car, shoes, jewelry, whatever success might be or look like to them. They want to have a facade. So, it's nothing wrong with wanting to impress a woman, but I feel like a proper first date is important. But are all women worthy of a proper first date? And I can ask that question. It's like, I know the answer probably is no, because even as a woman, I can see how some women don't, even get a second date or don't even get a real date because the way they put themselves out there, Women make it hard for men to date them because, like I said, high expectations. And I hate to say it though, because I love city girls, but city girls got a lot of women heads messed up. And it's crazy because, city girls are in their 20s, aging them but a number. But if you like 40 something, 50 something, and acting like a city girl, maybe even younger than that, but having high expectations from men, wanting the man to cash out on you, wanting the man to take you shopping for the first date. Like, they want their first date to be shopping, which honestly, in my past, I've had that. I've had like guys take me shopping, and even though I'm not really the type of person to feel like amazed by that, and actually I probably had to get like begged. They probably had to beg me like, please let me take you shopping, because I'm not the kind of person to like really get like amazed by that. But I have had guys take me like shopping on the first date, and a lot of women will ask guys to cash app them or DoorDash them, Oh my goodness! I saw a post on social media where a woman said that if a man wants to date her, take her out on a date, he has to pay for her hair, her nails, and her outfit. Now, I was raised, my father was in my life, and he always spit game to me. He said, he told me at a young age that a man should never have to pay for a woman's hair or nails unless he wants to offer it to her. But a woman should never ask a man to get her hair and nails done because that's a part of your hygiene. You're supposed to keep your hair and nails done, your own personal appearance looking good. You know, that's something, a part of your hygiene. So to ask for those kind of things is kind of, in his opinion, tacky. And I grew up believing that. You know what I mean? So it's not, like I said, there's nothing wrong with a person doing that for you. But to ask for that to get a date, it's the same thing as saying, can you give me some toothpaste and soap if you want to go out on a date with me? And some people might not have a problem with that, but I'm just saying, like, it's a part of a woman's regular everyday hygiene to be groomed. So to ask for a man to buy you an outfit and pretty much groom you is like, okay, not build a bear, but build a bitch, you know? Wow, but maybe I'm wrong though. Like I said, like, you know, Pretty Woman, Richard Gere, he dated a woman who was pretty much a hooker. He took her shopping, took her to fancy restaurants, you know what I'm saying, changed her whole world because he wanted her, you know what I mean? And it's a movie, but dudes actually do that in real life. They actually will take a woman shopping, wine and dine her, you know what I'm saying, get her hair and nails done off rip with no problem. But to expect that, some women can't expect that. I'm not gonna lie. But some women, most women cannot expect that for a first date. But meeting someone, courting someone, properly dating someone, it will never be the same answer for everyone. But I think it should be a clear understanding of what a woman expects from a man or wants from a man for a date and what a man wants for a woman, right? Because do y'all want to just be fuck buddies? Do y'all want to just fuck? Do y'all want to, you know, looking for something long term? Do y'all want to just get to know each other? Are you going to be open and honest and say, well, I'm dating other people as well? You know, or it just depends on what exactly a person wants. But I think honesty, respect, and at least effort, that's the key word when it comes to proper dating, especially nowadays, is to put in some effort. I think dudes need to put in effort, but women need to put in effort to present themselves as a lady. I don't know, because some men might not be looking for a lady, but I'm just saying, proper dating. And maybe it's not even a thing anymore. Maybe it don't even matter. Maybe this whole conversation don't even mean shit. You know what I mean? But, you know, you got dudes that go to strip clubs and, like I said, social media, Instagram, DMing, and thinking that that's the way you date somebody. Which is nothing wrong with strip clubs, nothing wrong with strippers. But I'm just saying, like, it's so many ways for a man to pick up a woman, find a woman, get a woman. But dating. And I do believe that dating comes with different levels based on the different calibers of women, you know what I'm saying, and the social status of women. But let me tell you about somebody I know, okay? Somebody who I know who pretty much said they went out on a date with somebody who they met off of a dating app. So she met up with the dude, went on a date at nighttime, and she said she didn't never notice on his pictures, but when she realized when he was talking that he didn't have no teeth, like how your front, back, top, bottom, middle, side, in between and under, how your top and bottom row teeth missing, and how your top and bottom row missing, and she didn't even know it. But this dude teeth was missing. Okay, that was one thing that was like no. But I'm not knocking nobody who teeth missing, but as far as like dating a man teeth missing, and you like, a little bit older. I'm gonna say they probably is in their 50s. And for a woman, that screams broke. Even though I'm not saying that you broke because you don't have no teeth, but if you got insurance or money, you gonna make sure that your top and bottom row not looking, empty. So, and to go on a date like all gums. I'm just saying. And another thing, which I respect him for being honest, but he was like, he was driving his daughter's car, and I guess he was down on bad luck. And I'm not knocking this and laughing at anybody that's down on bad luck, but at the same time, if you're not in a good position to be, having things how you want them to be, especially as a man, why is dating at the top of your list, or why are you even dating? I'm not gonna say it's at the top of your list, but why are you dating out here if you don't have teeth, you don't have your own car? You know what I'm saying? So, to me, those kind of things are red flags for somebody to know that, it's one thing to go on one date, but to try to date this person and be serious, that's a no-no. It's not that you being a gold digger or you being vain and judging somebody based on looks and what they have, but it's like those type of things in a way can, like I said, be like a man who ain't got his shit together, and a no-no. So this woman had to pretty much call her daughter, I think, and play it off and say that it was an emergency and she needed to get back and help her out with her car or something. But on a dating app, see, you look through somebody's pictures, you get an impression or a picture of how you think they are or how you think they live. You can see if they're fit or they're not fit. You can see if they are groomed or not so well groomed. You can read their occupation, age, single, divorced, never married, how many children they have. You can see, like I said, occupation, their yearly salary. You can see whatever it is that the person wants you to believe their life is like, but it doesn't mean that it's real. So does that change from going online and looking through somebody's picture profiles and all the facts they posted versus meeting somebody in a grocery store or at the mall and y'all exchange numbers and talk on the phone for, I don't know, however long, hours, days, weeks, and finally go on a date? Which one is better? Because either way it goes, you have to get to know somebody. Like, if you go online and make a profile and you're talking to one person or a couple of people and you're only judging them based off their profile, so you still have to get to know them to wean out, lies, truth, and trustability, pretty much. The same thing in the grocery store or in the mall. You meet somebody, you just bump into somebody randomly and meet them. Proper dating. Like I said, there really is no rules dating 101, but I think it should be in a clear understanding about what you want and not selling it for. It's crazy how you would think that age matters with dating and respect and how people would treat you, but somebody was dating an older guy. I'm just gonna say a woman was dating an older guy who was probably 60 years old and she was in her 30s. And 60 might seem old, but 60 in a lot, especially with someone with money, can be healthy. Somebody who's pretty wealthy can be 60 years old and look damn good. Some men look good the older they get. But she was dating this dude and he called her out her name and in a playful way called her a bitch. So it's like you can date older guys who act young and disrespectful and ruthless, and you can date younger guys who are mature, know how to date, know how to respect a woman and how to properly, court a woman. But like I said, nowadays women expect men to do so much just for a first date, and I think a lot of men get burnt out on the idea of having to jump through hoops and ice cream scoops just to get a first date and to actually get to know somebody. Because, if you're not cash apping her or dropping money or, taking her shopping, or as they say, spending a bag on a first date just to get to know somebody, then it's like poof, vamoose, you know what I'm saying? Adios. Hasta la vista. Bye bye. And so having that city girl mentality and expecting, every dude you meet and date to be rich and wealthy and to cash you out, take you shopping, that is not how to properly date. A man should not have to do. You know what? I'm not gonna say that. To each their own when it comes to, spending money on a woman to go on a date. But is that prostitution? Is that tricking? And they say it ain't tricking if you got it. So it's like, is dating in 2021 a more easier option for prostitution? Men make it bad for themselves too, because they want to show off and they want to make it seem like they got it, either if they got it or not. And they make it to where they want women to be asking them for stuff that's quote unquote weird or unusual. So it's like on both ends, a woman setting the man up for failure and the man setting the woman up for failure and having trust issues, when it comes to dating, trust issues. So yeah, like I said, are things too easy? And another thing with dating nowadays is like, okay, if you're not feeling somebody on this first date or second date or whatever the case might be, communication is really important too, because it's like, why is ghosting so popular with dating? No, like, ghosting is not healthy. Ghosting is not normal. Like, even though you can say I'm grown and I don't owe anybody an explanation, but at the same time, if you dating this person, kicking it with this person, and even after the first date, you're not feeling this person, I think a woman should be woman enough to say it, and a man should be man enough to say it. Because just imagine the bad vibes between two people when a person pretty much ghosts you. How do you come back from that? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I see you again in public, what you gonna do? So communication is important, and self-respect to me alleviates a lot of the bullshit that come along with dating. Because if you respect yourself enough as a woman, a lot of things men do, like a dude hopping in my inbox telling me, come see me now. It's like, come see you now. Is that what people doing these days? You know what I'm saying? To me, it's easy to not entertain something like that, because to me it's childish. It's pretty much childish to, or maybe like I said, a lot of women making it easier for dudes to be like that because they pretty much easy and not demanding that men properly date them. So jumping in my DM or in my inbox and telling me I want to see you or come see me, or you want to do me, that's not a turn on to me. I'm sorry, like, it's not a turn on. So yeah, the easeability and the availability, how it's easy to meet people and date, does not guarantee or mean that it's still easy to date, because it's the circumstances, the attitudes, the politics of what's popular right now that's affecting people to properly date each other. If that makes sense. Music is one of the biggest influence. Social media is too. Everybody want to sing like they a savage. But I had my times, years back when I would call myself a savage, but it's really not cute for real. And I think if I had to separate dating into groups, some prostitutes and tricks call dating like I'm on a date. They mean it with somebody who they pretty much tricking with, or paying for sex. That's one group of dating, but it's not real dating though. And you got the group of dating where it's like, when you link up, all you're gonna be doing is pretty much having sex. And if the person wanna fuck, that's fine. but I don't know if it's the same thing as dating. Because like I said, when I think about dating, it's deeper than just that first date. But if a person say that they're dating you and all y'all doing is fucking, I guess it's still dating. I don't know. Everybody got their own rules, you know what I'm saying? So even I have a couple of interviews that I'm going to post. I might include some on this podcast at the end, or I might just put them on my YouTube page, My Cousin's House Podcast, just to hear people's different perspective of what's the rights and wrongs, do's and don'ts of dating, and what they think proper dating is. A woman can say one thing and a man can say one thing. Like, a woman can say, well, I feel like a man should, or I feel like a date should. And it's the same person who probably haven't been on a date in years, or who never really been on a proper date. And me personally, I have dated many races. I have dated many ages. And I would say that age don't really matter. Okay, I dated somebody who, when I was in my 20s, younger, and they lied. I think they was probably like in their late 40s, almost 50, but they was saying they was like 32, or 35, but he looked way older and acted way older and dressed it way older. But it was like a money older, with the dive hats and linen suits and things like that. And the way he talked to me and treated me was like my granddaddy, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he knew how to properly date. I guess because he was like super old school. He knew, to do breakfast. He knew to do lunch. He knew to do dinner. He knew to do, different changes in scenery. Yeah, he even knew how to, open a car door, which I'm not really a person to be pressed about a car door being open. But he ended up being crazy, which, crazy is the word that people use in the wrong way sometimes, because, crazy how? What did he do? But he was pretty much stalking me, and I think he wanted more of my time than I was able to give. He was, like I said, he's probably like more than twice my age, maybe at least twice my age at the time. I feel kind of bad saying that, like, now, but I was working and going to school, but he wanted all my time. And like I said, he probably was 50 years old and lying about his age, because that's the way at least 50 years old. And his name was Marshall. So yeah, Marshall, that's like an old man name. And he was so crazy. It's almost like he was trying to force me to do stuff that I wanted to do. Like just thinking about it. Next, let me get off of that. But yeah, older don't mean, more mature. Older doesn't mean that they'll respect you more. It's just like the age doesn't matter. It's just the person and their experiences and their, their intentions, and even what they expect for you. Because I seen another video I think it went viral on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. Even YouTube, there's a video you can see where a guy gets mad. I might insert it in this video, or I might insert it on my video on YouTube so you can see it. This dude got mad at a chick, and I want to say he spent like maybe $300. It could have been more than that. I don't know. $300. I'm gonna say $300 on the meal. And she was a beautiful woman too. And the video showed them walking out the restaurant, and him pretty much followed behind her, recording her. And he was mad because I guess he wanted her to go back to his house after the date. And you could tell she didn't feel comfortable with that. And it's like, why can't a woman go out on a date with a man without him wanting it to be more, So she pretty much let him know that she had already called her Uber or Lyft to come get her. And he was pissed. I mean, pissed. he wanted her to get in a car with him and like go back to his place, whatever, or even go to her place. But just because you spend probably all your money, you know what I'm saying, on an expensive date with a beautiful woman, doesn't mean that she's going to expect to or think that she has to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he was heated to the point where I'm sure if the right circumstances, he probably would want to get physical with her. He probably would want to drag her to the car. That's the vibes I was getting. But he was so aggressive about it, like, and angry about that meal. So like I said, I'm going to try to insert it, but you probably can Google or go on YouTube and look up. People just be crazy. You know, people be real crazy in what they expect. You know what I'm saying? A woman expecting a man to do things and a man expecting a woman to do things. It go both ways. It's just crazy, you know. And there's another story, which I might try to find that and insert it in the video portion of this podcast. But it was a story saying, a woman saying that she was stranded in an out of state because she met a guy and she was talking to him long distance and dating him long distance, I guess, whatever. And he paid for her plane ticket to come to his state, and he was going to pay for her to go back too. But he also paid for her to go to a hotel room too. So when she got there and got in the hotel, he kept texting her, kept calling her, saying when he gonna see her or whatever. And it is kind of weird that, I'm not gonna say this, it's weird that he was blowing her phone up to see her, but it's weird how she was there for so many hours without seeing him. You know what I mean? Like, but you came down there. Actually, I don't know what the conversation was, but if he paying for you to come down there and paying for your hotel room, and he was under the impression that he's gonna see you, why was that a problem? So I think the dude gave her to like that night to like see her. He like, I want to see you. I want to come to your room. I want to see you. And she was making excuses like, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. Maybe tomorrow I can see you tomorrow. And he pretty much got pissed like, tomorrow? What you mean tomorrow? I need to see you. So in the midst of this dude telling her that he want to see her, he pretty much, I think she spent them again the next morning, pretty much played them again the next morning. And he told her, I pay all the money for you to come down here and I can't see you. And he pretty much wanted to fuck. He wanted to have sex with her. So was she obligated to see him when she got to the hotel room? When she got in town, period? Was she obligated to have sex with him just because he paid for her hotel room? A lot of people would say yeah. A lot of people would say no. But in my opinion, it depends on what the agreement was and if she knew what his intention was. But even if there was the agreement, a woman don't have to do anything. She can change her mind any time, you know. But is it dangerous? Yeah. Is it like she playing games? Yeah. But you know, like I said, I don't know what the agreement was, what they talked about, but it's they both are a little bit desperate to me. Like, she's so desperate to come out of town and use a guy and get things for free, and he's so desperate to bring some long distance coochie, you know what I'm saying, to get some, like, where he probably can get some for somebody who in his hometown. So they both was acting, you know, pretty much desperate, you know. And ladies, don't ever go nowhere where a guy paying for everything and you don't have your own money. And this is a common thing. I see plenty of posts where guys think it's okay to play a woman when she goes out of town with him and leave her stranded and broke. So this dude pretty much canceled her flight to go back home and canceled the rest of the payments for the hotel. So all she got was that one night and maybe the next morning probably, and checkout time she had to go. But she didn't have any money to get back home. That was the even sadder part. Like, okay, you probably should have played your role, but at the same time, as a woman, I can't say what another woman should do with her body. But you guys have to be careful putting yourself in those kind of situations. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, based on their conversations, what they probably was talking about, she knew that he was interested in her and probably wanted to do something. But like I said, that don't mean that is right. So dating is so many different directions you can go with dating. You know what I'm saying? Like long distance, dating online for dating online, and this is another thing, like dating online is cool, but you have to get outside of that screen eventually. Like, I ain't gonna say as soon as possible, but yeah, as soon as possible, for the both of you. But it shouldn't be no months and months and months and years, unless it need to be. But years it should not be, because I'm thinking about episodes of Catfish where a dude from, I think, Ypsilanti, Michigan, or somewhere in Michigan, was being catfished back for years by a woman, and she pretty much was spinning him and dissing him and avoiding FaceTiming him and avoiding seeing him. Like, you was in love with her for so many years. Like, I don't know if it was 3 years, 4 years, 5. It was either 3. It was a long time, and that's a long time to go with somebody who live in the same state as you and not to see her, unless the circumstances preventing that makes sense, but not lies that somebody. Anyways, like I said, the whole online thing, you got to be careful with dating. It's good to try to keep things as natural and fresh as possible, even though I know plenty of people who met online and got married through online dating sites, and it's pretty much working out good over the years. But yeah, just be careful with the catfishing thing too when it comes to dating, and I can go on and talking about dating and things like that, but the main thing is to know what you want, know what you expect when dating. I'm not going to say lower your standards or make your standards higher, but to be realistic based on the kind of person you are, the kind of experiences you have had already, your own self-worth, and not to even settle, but ladies, don't make it easy for dudes to not date you properly. Go on a real date, at least for the first date. Even if you is gonna have sex with this person, and you're gonna fuck this person brains out, cool, but at least get a proper first date. The men also take some pointers from somebody who know how to properly date. Talk to other men and see, what you supposed to do for a first date, or what do you do for a first date? Because if you give a damn, what I'm saying, if you do, because some dudes don't. They don't care about properly dating somebody. But if you're looking for a real woman, you have to learn how to properly date and have a little bit more patience and not be so pushy. I don't know. For the women who's making it easier for men to treat other women they don't have to properly date us, step your game up. Step your standards up, because dating is really how you show a man how to treat you. Dating is how a man sees a woman, to see, her feminine attributes. I'm not saying that you don't have to be super girly, super feminine, being what you expect for a man to expect from you, best level possible, and being genuine, being real, having real interactions, knowing what it is, getting a clear understanding. All of that's properly dating to me. No ghosting, no negative, toxic, dating traits. Whereas you testing people, ghosting them, playing games, and just seeing how people respond to things. And never, ever, ever bring your past experiences too much into, your new dating experiences. Don't be bitter. And always thinking about, having the best experiences with dating. And there's nothing wrong with being a serial dater. The main thing at the end of the day is respect and communication. And stay tuned for more episodes of My Cousin's House podcast, because I'm not done talking about this. Right here is just the part 1, we'll say. But make sure you follow my YouTube channel, My Cousin's House podcast. Like, subscribe, and go to mycousinshousepodcast.com and listen to other interviews and other information, behind the scenes clips, and more. And stay tuned, Bye, cousins.
Hello? Hey, cuz, girl, you need to come over here. I got something to tell you. Come over my house. Come over now.